What up, guys? Welcome back to Liberia to the World. Welcome back to the channel, sponsored by Red Vision. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, I just want to put it out there. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're back from Liberia. You guys know the crew, myself and Joel. We got a lot of videos coming for you guys. I mentioned in the first video we uploaded a few days ago that we're going to be bringing you a lot. The first thing we want to talk about today, though, is COVID. The number one talked about topic right now in the country as far as how the whole situation. We're going to break it down into different aspects as far as when you get into the country, how the whole COVID situation compared to when we did it last time, and also COVID in the country, how things are going whilst we were there, and also the whole testing situation we have going on. So, let's kick it off, man. Thank you for joining in. Grab a coffee, Coke, whatever it is. And this is going to be a little bit of a longer video as we're going to dive deep into the whole COVID situation. So let's get it. As far as from the last time, second time we went there. This is the second time. What was your overall feeling as far as? Let's just talk about the airport when we got there the first time, because the first video we made, we talked about all that thing that happened. How is there? What do you feel like anything was different this time?
Yeah, I think it was more organized this time. You know, they had stations, we moved away from the basement.
I was gonna say, I was trying to think. So we're in the basement last time.
The last time was in the basement. This time we went upstairs. Last time we went downstairs. So this time we went upstairs. Once you get upstairs, we checked in when we was in Europe, right? With the app.
Oh
we did everything free. A lot of people did before. They signed in with the app and everything, so we was able to skip the line.
So that was the difference from last time, though, because when we got the last time, they were asking us, "Have you done it? Have you done it on the app?" We're like, "What app?" So that's a great thing this time.
Yeah, so we did it all on the app. One thing though, don't pay on the app.
But it doesn't like the pay.
There was a guy that said he paid on the app. I don't know if he's telling the truth.
And then
he said he paid on the app.
So when you pay on the app and you get to the airport, I wonder if they let you pay, because I think that you have to pay again because they can't access it or something like that. So I don't know how to
yelling that he had to pay again. He paid on the app and a whole bunch of stuff. So just don't pay on the app. So it was an easier flow, easy process. We didn't have to stop to the kiosk. We jumped right in front of the line and just basically started the COVID test process.
Because almost everybody this time had done online. So if you're going for the first time in a long time, do it. Now you can actually do it. I'll put the screenshot on the video, LIB Travel.
Yeah.
LIB Travel, and then just go ahead and answer the questions in there, log in and everything. So when you get to the airport in Liberia, you don't have to manually type it in the kiosk. You can go straight to
you just pull it up on your phone, and then
you wait till they want to go to the window to pay.
No.
You still have to pay.
You still have to pay. Okay. You have to pay. You pay for the test, and then they give you the test. It wasn't a long process
this time. It wasn't a long process. So you get there, you get up the plane, you go to pay, you go upstairs, you stand in line. As everybody goes and they pull it up on the phone to see if you've done it, and then you go ahead and pay. You pay to do the COVID test. So this time around, did we get the result?
We didn't get the results. You never get the results. You never get the results when you're there.
So that's one thing is
don't depend on the results.
I don't know. So why you didn't do it? That's the question.
When you go into the country.
When you go into the country, why you didn't do the COVID test? If you don't get it.
And another thing, so we have our Liberian number, which is our number because we go back and forth a lot. So I did provide him my Liberian number. I activated my phone while I was in the States before I got to Liberia. So my phone was on, and I turned on my SIM card right when I landed. So there should be no reason why we did not receive our results for our COVID test coming into the country. So
nobody ever received that test.
No.
So I don't know the purpose of that test. So if you know anybody working there, if you're part of any committee that have to do with COVID, the honest question, why do we do this test when we get to the country and we don't know the results? Does that mean everybody's negative so they don't bother, or are they following up with people who are testing positive and stuff like that? So that's the situation currently when you get there. So it's a little bit smoother now as compared to last time. If you do it on the app, which you can now, and then you go there, you pay, and you get out of there, you get out of the country. Now, let's talk about COVID in the country as far as like what do you think? As
if it's a real
yeah,
thing.
I mean,
I think it's a real thing. You know, I made it my basically kind of my duty to just ask people, do you know anyone that
you've asked so many people. Like one person's like said, the other lady's like, oh, I think she did, but
yeah. So I just been asking people randomly, do you know anybody that had COVID? Do you know anybody that had COVID? So you know, a lot of people they're you know, I spoke to a guy, he was in the store, he was telling me like a lot of older people are affected by COVID, a lot of COVID. A lot of people are losing their life to COVID. It's just that, you know, how the healthcare system is, you know, so they don't know. But it sounds like COVID-like symptoms, you know.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's a real thing. I won't say it's not. I just think their process is just overwhelming. So.
Because I mean, when we were there, people were trying to wear masks. They were trying to enforce the mask mandate, you know. But I mean, the people on motorbikes and motorcycles, they were wearing masks. Because I think, you know, because they're out in the open. But as far as going to facilities and entertainment spots and stuff, I mean, up until when we left, you can still go places.
Yeah, they put in a mask mandate, and then things did change. A lot of facilities was closed. Club events was closed. Right towards the end. Yeah. So even you couldn't go to the grocery store without a mask on.
Yeah.
But when we first got there for that period of time, no one was wearing masks.
Yeah.
So, but they were still tested. For COVID. So,
but the testing too, though, I don't know. So according to what I've read or seen, the testing, they said they were doing 200 tests per day at facilities. And then so when you go there, before you even get there, like the 200, they give tickets and the 200 is finished.
Yeah.
So, you know, we're not like into politics and stuff like that, but like, I don't know how the country can get more people to get tested or at least provide more testing sites.
Yeah.
You know,
and I think it's only one.
We know
of one site.
But they said they're doing testing at so that one Sophie place, and also they're doing testing at I think JFK and one other hospital. But still, even if it's 5 places, that's still only 5 places for the entire country. So I don't know if that's something that can be done as far as testing more and things like that. But I mean, the country is so congested, right? Mm-hmm. And how are people going to social distance in such a, you know, in a place like that? How are people going to work? Most businesses in Liberia can't work from home.
No.
You know, like the way the country is set up.
Yeah. Even the just their law enforcement, they say, oh, wear a mask, but they're like standing right in your face.
You can't be too close. No, that's part of the policy, man.
It's a worldwide policy.
Let me pull it up for you. Yeah, let me pull it to the World Health Bank. Yeah, let's look at it. Yeah.
Look at them, man.
What you want to look at? I'll show you.
Because the first option is when you are not safe.
You're too close. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. You're too close. I don't feel safe.
Google it now.
I'm Googling now. But you gotta push, you gotta respect my boundaries.
That was another thing there. So I mean, the whole situation, I mean, I think they're trying. Because from what we've seen, we have police officers in the street asking people to wear the mask and stuff like that. In full riot. That's the This guy had a whole riot gear with the thing, the shield and everything. I don't know if people are like stoning them or whatever it is, but
fighting them for masks, it was weird.
The effort is there. I mean, that's one thing that kind of, you know, is good that the effort is there. At least they're trying to kind of enforce those things like that. But yeah, I mean, that's the situation. You know, hopefully the Ministry of Health or whatever it is can do something about it. Because being in Liberia, that was one of the scariest things as far as the healthcare thing, right? The healthcare situation. You know, you come from a different country, anything happens to you, you could just get in an ambulance and, you know, and leave and get to the hospital. So that's I would say kind of like the scary part of being in the country, knowing that, you know, you don't have that reliable healthcare. You can just jump in the car and go somewhere. So something to consider if you're going to Liberia for the first time, just making sure to, take all your precautions, because if something happened, we have that luxury here of just going to the hospital right away, calling an ambulance. They'll be there in like 3 to 5 minutes, and they take you. So that's something that doesn't currently exist in the country and stuff like that. But let's talk about the COVID, the testing. Let's talk about the testing thing when you're about to leave now. We experienced all kind of things over there that we also went to. Thing. I mean, as compared to the last time and this time,
I feel like last time the process was smooth. This time, it was easier to get tested. You know, there wasn't a lot of people there.
Right.
Now they send you to about 6 stations. You know, you have to start. You check in with one person. You go from there. You go pay, and then from there you stand in line, and then you go check in with another person.
Yeah.
And then you go back in line, and then you go get tested.
And you go get tested.
So
that's the whole process.
I mean, if you have to do the test, just block off your whole day. Because it's a whole day process.
Yeah.
So
that's one thing for travelers out there, especially those of you who are going back for the first time, or at least even if you travel often and you haven't been there in a couple of years, that's something to really consider and think about. Plan your day accordingly, because they're really tripping at the airport if you don't have the test results, or you haven't done the test to just come. So that's something to consider. But there that day, they're still doing things where people are skipping lines.
Yeah, if you know people. You know, I've seen a few guys that just call their buddies up and they move forward. So it's Liberia. So
yeah, that's what that's what we say. Yeah, that's the say.
This is Liberia.
This is Liberia.
So yeah.
So I mean, that's something too. So I don't know what can be done about it, who's in charge of it or whatever, but that process has to be better, because from arriving the first time, you sit in some kind of line. There's no order. Like
you can just get up.
You can just get up. The entire line move forward. It doesn't go in like a straight line, so people move forward. Secondly, the people who are doing the test, I mean, they're just taking their own time. Nonchalant. The guy is just chilling,
having side conversations.
On his phone, talking to people walking up to them. So that process takes a long time, and you get done with that, you pay. But okay, so you get there, you sign in. This is the whole process that we're giving you guys when you're leaving. So you kind of be prepared for it. You sign in, they check your documents.
Yeah, your passport
and stuff like that. After that process takes like maybe 30 minutes to 45 minutes, which should be like less than 5 minutes. And then from there you go to the bank place.
Yeah. You pay, then you go to the other side and you show your receipt.
Okay.
You gotta walk around the container that they have. Office container, but so you pay and then you go around and then you give your receipt, then they give you some kind of document that you take in the building.
So before you go in the building, you gotta stand outside and wait in line, and you're waiting in line with people who are local, Liberians who are there, who are not traveling, who are doing the free COVID test, the voluntary COVID test. So there are a lot of people waiting there, and you go in your line to wait. So they're pulling 5 and 5 from people, and people are skipping lines. There are people who are ministers and honorables, families who just come and skip the line, go inside, and things like that. So the whole process is very daunting. I felt so reluctant going there that day to do that COVID test, because that's all the things you have to go through. This is our opinion on the entire COVID situation. What do you think, like, that they can put in place in that country to really make it better as far as the whole situation goes?
There might be a motive behind it.
Right.
There may not be, but they don't take it serious.
Right.
At all. Nothing. They're not taking the whole COVID thing seriously.
Because I feel like those people, they have the ability to isolate themselves. They have the ability to kind of protect themselves, whereas other people have to be in the trenches. Other people have to be in the streets. They have to be, have to go and get it. They have to go and get their living. So if you don't have to do that, because there are a family member of mine who works in the government, says she's working from home. So if you have the ability to work from home and stuff like that, it's not really going to affect you. To really curb the thing as far as for people who have to be outside, people who have to be there. So that's how I feel too. The whole situation needs to be handled better. As far as just really putting a lot of resources into it. This channel again is all about promoting Liberia. However, promoting the country also means talking about things that are not going well and needs to be fixed. So the number one thing right now is that COVID thing has to be fixed, as far as the situation going, as far as the vaccine, the number of vaccine, the supplies, the testing process needs to be increased to like multiple facilities. They have to take these things into people's neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because we all know leaving your corner all the way down, let's say you live down Chuba, leaving that area to go all the way in town to do tests
It's not happening.
is, that's a whole day thing. And you will have to set aside an entire day, and people live day by day. Most people live day by day over there to get their daily bread. So if you have to set a whole day aside just to go all the way in town, and then for the possibility of them not having enough for you, it's a scary thing,
Yeah.
So I feel like there have to be testing facilities all the way in these trenches, all the way down these different neighborhoods and communities, and that's local that people can do this testing there. That's one way to do it, and follow up on these things and follow up on these results that we have.
Yeah.
People give their phone numbers.
Yeah, and then with the what are the information we receive about if you was vaccinated?
Oh, that's one of the
Yeah,
questions
so
we had. Yeah.
If you're vaccinated, let's say you receive your vaccine from the States here, you still have to go through the testing process. Even if you have some form of document that states that you had a vaccine, you still have to.
If you take
pay.
both of your vaccines, still you have to pay. But what did we see at the airport though? You remember the sign I showed you?
Yeah.
At the airport, there's a sign on the board that says, all government officials and honorables and their families, they are not required to do the COVID test. So it's weird because you're vaccinated, you're required to still take it. But then a government official or honorable, according to them, this is not politics now, this is the sign we saw on the thing in the airport. According to that sign, it says if you're a government official, if you're honorable and diplomat, and your family, you're not required to do the COVID test. So I don't understand the rationale behind that. I don't understand why, or if people who are, honorables and stuff, they are not prone to getting COVID. I'm not sure, but that's the whole situation around that. So that's the whole experience for the COVID in Liberia right now. Good thing not good thing, but we did leave before things really start to shut down. So hopefully we can get more information from people in Liberia, and hopefully things will get better. Obviously, we're wishing everybody well. Kind of stay safe, be protected, and take it serious. Even if you doubt it, it's better you take it serious, and then later on, if it's not true, oh well. But not taking it serious and realizing that it's actually a problem, and then you'd be on the wrong side of history. But there it is, guys, man. So a little bit of the COVID situation in Liberia. We'll bring you guys more videos and more follow-up videos. We will go ahead and comment below if you have any questions, suggestion, if you heard anything, or if you want to add anything to it. We'll go ahead and read the comments. We'll interact with you guys. We'll make another video answering all the questions from past videos, because we know you guys have a lot of questions on that, man. But there we go, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel.
Yes, please do.
And let's get it.
Thank you for all the support.
Definitely. But yeah.